It's now 6:02 PM, August 1st, 2023, and I call the Planning and Zoning Commission of Smithville, Texas, to order. First item, or is actually second item, discussion and action on approval of minutes from July 5th, 2023 meeting. Have y'all had an opportunity to review that?
I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting for July 15th, 2023.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the July 5th, 2023 meeting of the Planning and Zoning. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, passes unanimously. Item 3, discussion and action on a replat of A27 DeCrow Thomas 20.757 acres, parcel numbers 872, 9082, and 8716063. Property owners UGE Smithville Land Holdings LLC. Elizabeth. Okay. Typos.
No, that's her name.
Okay,
Yes. She goes by Elizabeth.
my embarrassment. I wish I could try your last name, but I'm not going to try. And Mark Jonathan Orchard Webb. Are you the applicants for this? Is there anyone here to speak to the motion or the action being requested of planning and zoning? Okay. Okay, if you'll come up here to the podium and introduce yourself, and Robert /
Test.
city manager / crisis manager /
Yeah, I'm Kevin Von Minden, Befco Engineering. Did the survey plat, the subdivision plat for UGE. And I'm here on their behalf, I guess, to speak to you, answer any questions that you may have.
Well, this is a public hearing and I don't know enough to ask questions. So you're going to need to make a presentation of what issues we need to address and what your proposed solutions are.
The plat was, or the property was sold without subdividing, without going through the process. I did the original surveys. I was assured by my clients that they were in contact with city staff, which I guess they weren't. But anyway, we are where we are right now. This is the way the property was broken up. He sold 15 plus acres to UGE and the 5 acres to Miss Elizabeth, and provided access by way of that easement up to the road, to the highway up at the top of the page. There are actually 3 or 4 easements there that enter into the property. Yeah, there's the first easement is up there where he calls it Isabella Lane. Then he goes through another easement on the Harris and Henry tract. And then he's got an easement that runs all the way down to the 15 acres through Miss Elizabeth's property. He calls that Camino del Sol. But that's what we have. The issue is there's no public streets. That's where we are right now.
Clarifying question.
Sure.
So I understand it. Let me make sure I understand. He took the seller asked for a survey to be done of 20.767 acres
Yes,
into
ma'am.
2 parcels,
Yes, ma'am.
sold those 2 parcels, but never actually replatted the land. So that's what we're doing here
He
today.
actually sold the first one and then he sold the remainder later. But yes, that's ultimately what was done. Yes, ma'am.
So it's just basically approving the replat of those 2 properties.
Are you ready for a motion?
I am not. Who is the applicant?
The applicant is UGE Smithville Land Holdings. They're the owners of the solar farm.
As a reminder, please talk into the microphone. Kevin, you're gonna have to get a little closer to that because people online can't hear and it won't be recorded. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the owners are UGE Land Holdings, Smithville Land Holdings. That's the applicant. And
Okay,
Miss Elizabeth and Mr. Webb were added on as co-applicants.
okay, that's what I'm trying to understand, who, who are. Okay,
All right,
if I'm looking at the thing behind me here, we're
Yes, sir.
talking about approximately 20-acre tract.
Yes, sir. That was owned by Dan Vogler.
Which was owned by Dan Vogler, and now we have two owners,
Yes,
two
sir.
separate owners of the 5 and the 15-acre
Yes, sir,
tract,
correct.
not Mr. Vogler.
That's correct. Mr. Vogler is not involved anymore.
Okay. And so the applicants are the owners of lot 1, the 5-acre, and lot 2, the 15-acre now,
Yes, sir.
co-applicants.
Co-applicants.
Okay. So their property, I guess they can do this. Okay, that's the questions I have. Did anyone sign up to speak to this? Okay. Any questions? Comments?
I do need
Cindy,
a
any-
point of order. Yes, I do have something, not point of order, but I need something to add something regarding easements that weren't identified on the drawing. Kevin, you want to address that?
Yeah, Mr. Vogler, and again, I say he's not involved, but he did sell the property to the folks that now own it. He called me at 5 o'clock this afternoon and said he noticed that there was not a 5.5-foot utility easement running along Isabella Lane up there. And I asked him, well, I said, where is that easement recorded? Because I would have shown it on there. He said, well, it's verbal. So, well, that explains why it's not shown. But he said that, and we'll ask the applicants here, if everybody is in agreement with that, we can revise the plat and show the 5.5-foot utility easement. If y'all if y'all want to vote on this thing, at this point, with that stipulation that we add the 5.5-foot utility easement.
I have a question. I'm gonna ask it. I don't know what the answer is. I don't see how a planning and zoning commission or city council could be part of a grant of an easement. That's between the owners and the party that wants an easement.
Yes, sir.
I would
That's,
think.
what I'd have to do is contact, one of the owners is here. I have to contact UGE. Again, I found out about this at 5 o'clock this afternoon.
I appreciate that.
But I can contact everyone tomorrow, and if that's the case, I can get the change made to add that 5.5. But if y'all could approve it conditionally.
No, I don't think that's relevant to these proceedings. That's. Brian, would you agree? Isn't that,
If I take off my board chairman hat and put on my lawyer hat,
yes,
I would have an opinion.
yes.
As chairman of this board, I will entertain a motion.
I move that we recommend approval of a replat for A27 to grow Thomas 20.57 acres, parcel numbers plural 8729082 and 8716063. Property owners UGE Smithville Land Holdings LLC, Elizbieta Ledwasinka Ziska, and Mark Jonathan Orchard Webb.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second that motion.
Having a motion and a second to recommend to the city council the replat of A27 Decro Thomas 20.75 acres. Parcels number 8729082 and 8716063. Into a 15-acre and 5-acre tract as indicated by the plat before us. All those in favor, raise their right hand. Any opposed? None opposed. The motion passes. This will be taken up at the next city council meeting, which I believe is on August 14th, correct? The planning and zoning will make a recommendation and city council will have a discussion and potential action on the recommendation.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 4, adjourn. I'll entertain a motion.
I will make the motion to adjourn the July 5th meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Oh, August 1st. I'm sorry. It says July 5th here. I'm not totally crazy.
I will second that.
Thank you.
I have a motion, the second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Or Nancy, are you going to vote? Nancy, are you going to vote? Passes unanimously. We are adjourned.